Yatta motherfuckers, Reaper here. Welcome back to some more Higurashi When They Cry. Now we're gonna view some of the tips. Maibara Manor. Oh. So Kate-chan, you're not stinking rich? What is this all of a sudden? Did I come to school in a limo before? How much do you get for a monthly allowance? About $10. That's a rather plebeian amount. His lunch is made of normal stuff. He isn't rich. What are they talking about? To be asked out of nowhere how much I get and then told that's a plebeian amount. Sorry. Rena seemed to pick up on my dubious expression and started giggling. Kate-chan, your house, it's pretty big, yeah? So the architecture has people all around Hinamazawa calling it the Maibara Manor, and it sorta stands out. Maibara Manor? The house is so big, everybody is gossiping, wondering exactly how rich you are. I see. Now I get it. Well, the frame of it is huge. I see how it could cause some misunderstandings. For my deduction, I wager they spent too much money on building the house, and that is why they are now broke. Being broke. How very unfortunate. How very, very unfortunate. Rika-chan took pity on me as she patted my head. I go from being treated like a millionaire to a beggar. Yeah, sorry for ruining your imagination, but we aren't millionaires or poor. We're the image of a normal average household. You can't call it normal with that huge house. The entranceway is all grand and the gate is large enough for a truck to get through. That's not normal at all. They do say the bigger your house, the more prosperous you are. The reason the house is so big is because Dad's studio is in it too. There are a bunch of different workshops and lots of his works are hung up in different places. All of them are huge too. For those reasons, the family actually uses only a third of the house for day-to-day living. Planned it out so people and cars could come in and see the gallery he opens up in the house someday. By the way, the entranceway Mion is talking about is the one for the studio and is normally sealed off. The entrance to the Maibara family actually uses is very plain and simple one. The interior is much different from how it looks on the outside. I'd really like a chance to explore Kei-chan's house. Claiming not to be rich but having a home like that, what could be hidden there? Maybe there's something cute in it. How? Maybe they probably had no money to purchase furniture, so it's filled with Spartan rooms. If there are carpeted rooms, I would love to try rolling around on the floor. That'd be great, so great. I want to roll around too. Seems like their imaginations are just piling on. Well, sometime in the near future, it wouldn't be too bad to invite them all to my house. Dad is a sucker for the ladies, so you might even let them look around this studio. The cry of the Higurashi crescendoed as the sky towered over everything. It was hot, but the air was clear. It smelled like the beginning of summer. Okay, and now on to something serious. Murder and dismemberment. Ooh. Yeah. From June XX 1979 edition. The Shishibone City, Okinomiya Police Station, June XX, late at night. Suspects, blah 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 blah, were arrested on suspicion of murder and improper disposal of a corpse. improper disposal of a corpse. There's a proper way to dispose of a corpse. The main offender, Blah, has been added to the wanted lists nationwide. According to our sources, the 6 suspects were at the Hinamazawa Dam construction site workroom on the bluff at 9 p.m., where they are suspected to have assaulted and murdered the site overseer, Blah, as a group, dismembering his body and hiding it. On Blah at 8 o'clock in the morning, a report was filed by the Shishibone City Hospital in which a male suspect alluded to having murdered Mr. Blah. When questioned at the police station, the individual confessed to the crime. Since a portion of the body was recovered at the location he gave, he was arrested that afternoon on suspicion of murder and mutilation of a corpse. The rest of the suspects were arrested the same day, but the main culprit is still at large. The police are currently on his trail. The motive is purported to be a drunken verbal dispute during which he killed the victim in a fit of anger. However, as there are multiple inconsistencies with their testimonies, the investigation is ongoing. Okay, good to know. Don't know how that'll help me at all, but whatever. So basically we've got to unravel the mystery to survive. A Colonel Sanders? Ah, of course, that's right up her alley. I understand her wanting to take home Satoko and Rika-chan. I can't understand the Colonel Sanders. What's so good about that four-eyed geezer? Probably better to hear it from Rena, don't you think? You'll probably just say, because it's so cute, though. Does Rena often go to the construction site to hunt for treasure? Every now and again, she says she's going to have a look. But a girl her age rummaging around in garbage as well. If Rena enjoys it, then I think it's fine. What were they doing over there? Dam construction? It had been bugging me since yesterday, like an itch I couldn't scratch. It was cancelled a long time ago. Everyone gathered around together and fought against it. Hearing an ominous word like fought come from Rika-chan's mouth startled me. That's right. It was unbelievable. They said Hinamazawa would be sunk into the reservoir and we had no say in the matter. So I'm only able to be here because the protest succeeded. I'm sorry, I didn't keep you, did I? My deepest apologies, Keiichi-san. It took me a while to powder my nose. Satoko, wait to use the cannon until you really have to go. It's a lot easier since it shoots right out. Eek! How dare you speak that way to a maiden of unparalleled beauty such as myself? Who was she calling a maiden? If Satoko really was a maiden, she wouldn't have reacted like that. The usual hijinks ensued. What the You know what? No, I don't want to know. Now then, gentlemen, in accordance with the rules of our society, I bring a point to discussion. He, Keiichi Maibara-kun, wishes to be included as a member in our activities. What say you? Reina has no objection. Woohoo! I wonder if the likes of this peasant is up to the task. Me and Satoko both approve. The three that Miana had queried voiced their approval. A unanimous decision. Congratulations, Keiichi Maibara-kun. I present you the honor of being allowed to take the entrance exam for our club. Entrance exam for a club? Start from the beginning. I didn't say I would join. What club is this? What our club does, you see, in order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities under different sets of rules. Sometimes they are in your favor, and sometimes they work against you. I'm pretty weak, so I prefer if you didn't single me out. Let's try to get along.
You're so naive, Rena. The law of the jungle is survival of the fittest.
This was starting to sound a bit sketchy. So what kind of club was it?
To sum it up, it's a club where we play games together.
Rika-chan was the only one to answer my question with a pertinent response. So basically this club put me on hobby of collecting games to use. By playing the various games that Mion had hoarded every day, it seemed that depending on the day, there were prizes for the winner or a penalty for the person who finished in last place. Uh-oh.
I'll make this clear right now. We aren't playing house here. You should treat each win or loss as if your life depends on it, alright?
What's wrong with just having fun? Don't make it sound so crazy. Oh. He's got a mischievous look. I'm gonna regret this again, but I gotta do it. I think I'm getting desensitized to the horrors of the old stuff, of the old, way it's drawn.
The first rule of our society, aim only for first place. Going at it half-assed just because it's a game is not allowed.
Rule number 2 of our society. For that reason, you are obligated to make all possible efforts.
The way Satoko said it, it sounded like he was saying use any means necessary.
Of course, I will do my best too. I'm pretty weak, but I'm trying my best.
I knew what they were trying to say. In a game where everyone is aiming for the top, it's rather unsportsmanlike to play just for fun. Alright, then I too will go all out. With that, I was finally ready for the rite of initiation, my baptism to the club. I'm gonna regret that part.
A word of warning, Kei-chan. Rena can get pretty nasty.
This initiation looks like it's going to be rough. Mion began fishing around in the student lockers in the back of the room. They have games here at the school? Well, it's club equipment, so I guess that's fine.
Complicated games would put Kei-chan at a disadvantage. So today we'll play a game that you should be familiar with. How about a standard card game like Old Bachelor?
Alright, let's do this.
Can't really get into it unless there's a penalty. This time the loser will be sentenced to having their face drawn on. What do you think? Whoa! It will be oil-based paint, right? Right?
Oil-based? Face painting with oil-based paint? That is perfect!
That is perfect!
Satoko cheered the idea on. He didn't even flinch at the thought of having such a severe penalty. It looked like he was raring to go. If it's going to be like this, I can't lose either. Then I'll just cut the deck and start dealing. Old Bachelor is pretty much the same as Old Maid. There's only one difference. There's no Joker. In its place, one card is pulled out at the start. Meaning there will be one card without a match left over at the end. You don't know which card will end up being the Joker. It's a pretty thrilling game.
I'll take out the card now.
I'm deciding, because she gets really flustered all the time, I'm thinking of using the Fugisaki voice for her. But yeah. Which, if you don't know what voice that is, it means I haven't posted Danganronpa yet.
I'll get to it eventually, guys. Don't worry.
Rena took out one card and left it face down in the table. Everybody stared at the card intently. Well, it'll be pretty obvious in the end game, no way to tell at the start. But the rest of them were very serious. Wait a minute, are the cards worn? They didn't seem as relaxed as I was. They compared their cards to the one face down, all while gauging each other's reactions. It was as if they could see what the face down card was. No, it couldn't be. Ah, I knew it.
Guess what, Kiki? You're gonna lose. It's too late for ya. I'm sorry. You're doomed. Doomed, I say, doomed.
This deck is pretty worn out. No way. Can everybody tell by the scratches what the card on the table is?
Remember the second rule of our society. Kiki-san must try his hardest to win as well. A number of cards are quite unique. Kiki-kun should be able to remember them pretty quickly.
She said that so matter-of-factly. Suits me fine. Don't think a little thing like that can be your crutch. I'm fucked, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
God damn it.
I lashed out angrily, but it was rather obvious I was at a disadvantage. After all,
They'd gone so far to memorize the wear and tear for each individual card.
this wasn't a simple game of Old Bachelor. If this was a test, then they were playing with the answer sheet in front of them. Bring it! I'll take advantage of your carelessness and beat you at your own game. That baseless confidence would soon be crushed.
How about I tell you your hand starting from the right? 3, 4, 9, Jack, Queen.
Whoa!
By the way, the Bachelor is the Jack of Diamonds.
Gah!
We can tell what they are even if you switch them around. I'm out.
Grr. I thought I was prepared before it to be this brutal. Just overwhelming. Demons. You're all demons. Mirna isn't a demon, are you?
Sorry, Keiichi-kun. This is a free of hearts, isn't it? I'm out.
Not even a hint of mercy, Mirna. Even Rika-chan. Why? These club activities were to be trifled with. An alumnus of this club would definitely survive in the cruelest of situations. If our entire class had self-detonating collars strapped to their necks and were dropped into a deadly... Don't tell me. I heard Danganronpa 2 takes place on a deserted island. Is that what they're referencing? Only... No, because that's people murdering each other. No, self-detonating collars. That's...
Oh, what anime is that? I know it. I haven't watched it yet, but I know what anime that is. Damn it!
So close and yet so far. Strapped to their necks and we're... Was it Batum? No, that was people blowing each other up. These people would probably take to it like fish to water. I can already picture their joy as they hunt down each of their classmates.
It's the lowest point system. The order itself dictates the points. Whoever has the lowest point total wins.
Since Keiichi-kun finished last, he has 5 points.
There's already a 5 marked down on my scoreboard.
I think it's unfair to Keiichi-kun if we don't use a new deck.
It's fine. Kei-chan is a man after all. He can turn the tables even if the odds are stacked against him, right?
It's fitting for a lowly peasant to scamper home and soak their pillow in tears, don't you think?
A petite hand laid itself on top of my head, which was trembling from the uncontainable frustration. It was Riki-chan's.
Keep on fighting, yeah!
Aw, thanks to Rika-chan's words of encouragement, I was able to calm down. You need to be calm, especially when you're cornered. That's the power I could muster during this crisis. Think clearly, Keiichi Maibar. Take your time and look at the cards carefully. It's just as Rina said, each card has its own distinct markings that made them stand out. Memorizing them should be pretty simple. Think about what you can do in this situation. Try everything in your power to improve your chances of victory.
Oh, great, Keiichi-kun, just like that.
I covered the uniquely marked cards with my hands or other cards, arranging them in such a way that they couldn't be seen.
The one with the ripped corner should be the 5, and I'm out.
I couldn't let any of those precious hints slip by me. All information is a weapon. Then it was my turn. Satoko fanned out her cards for me. See, I want the 7. Is it this one? I wonder about that. You won't.
I wonder about that. You won't know unless you take it.
There was a bit of dismay in her expression, like she doesn't want to take it. That kind of expression. I won't let that momentary lapse slip by. I know. It's this one. Got it. 7 of spades. Cure of ooh rang out.
What is this? 7 should be the hardest one of all to tell apart.
Wasn't from memorizing the markings. Those slight changes in their expressions as I was selecting a card were enough.
Can hide it from me?
Can hide it from me, Kei-chan. Can hide it from me, Kei-chan. This mark means it's the 2 of diamonds. What?
She was startled by her own misread. Of course, everyone else was too.
Whoa, I swear that Mii-chan gets a card wrong.
No. Kei-chan, could it be you?
They told them apart by different marks. That means that mark was a nail scratch, so I put a new one on it.
Are you saying he disguised it as the 2 of diamonds? What an impressive show of wit!
Keiichi landed a clean hit.
Clap, clap, clap.
That's great, Keiichi-kun. That was an incredible match, you know?
Having defeated the Forerunner Mion by a brilliant battle left me ecstatic. But by total points, it was already set in stone that Mion would win and I would finish last. Fuck. I left it haughtily, selecting the tone of my voice carefully to get on Mion's noise. Well, I'm gonna end up the loser, but I'm satisfied with one-upping Mion at the end. That should be the proverbial slap in the face to Mion, who was at the top already and ensured victory.
Even if Kei-chan gets first place this round, he'll end up last place overall. Don't you hate that?
Of course I do.
Let's have a duel. 1 chance. If you win, then we'll swap first and last place. How about it? You up for it?
She fell for it. Chance for an upset victory that wouldn't be possible without goading her into it. Yes. 1 chance, you say? Let me hear the rules. Mion discarded 2 cards from her hand and replaced one with the Joker card that was on the table, and then shuffled the resulting hand behind her back.
The card in my right or the card in my left? If Kei-chan can guess which hand the Joker's in, then he wins.
When you turn around just now, you didn't pull out the Joker, did you?
If you lose, I'll show you the card in the other hand. That okay?
The other 3 gulped nervously at this unexpected turn of events. Alright, you got it. I'm gonna lose, aren't I? Mion grasped 1 card in each hand and thrust them out at me. First, I need to inspect them closely. The card on the right had no distinguishing marks. I couldn't tell which one it was.
Which one, I wonder? Keiichi-kun, be careful.
Yeah, of course. This is my chance for a big comeback. Looking closely at the card on the left, I saw a little wear. It wasn't one I hadn't seen before.
Oh, the card is?
I couldn't let that bit from Satoko slip by me. Mion clicked her tongue. I didn't recognize the mark on the left card from the small number that I had memorized. I didn't know what the card was, but I could already tell from Satoko's reaction that the card had already appeared during the game. Since it had already appeared before, it meant that it definitely wasn't the Joker.
Ooh, K-Chan thinks it's the one on the right. Will you choose that one then? Will you?
The left card definitely wasn't the Joker. If I could trust that theory, then I should have been able to declare that the card to the right was the Joker. Even without me taunting, the one on the right was the most suspicious. But wasn't it a bit too rash to decide based solely on Satoko's reaction? More carefully. I remember now that mark left card, no doubt about it. The 7 of clubs.
It's a 7 of clubs. I see.
I've won. The card on the left was the 7 of clubs, so that means the card of the right on the right was the Joker. And then just before my hand touched the right card, I froze. I would expect no less from you. There was a wave of murmurs amongst the onlookers at my sudden halt right before I confirmed the right card was the Joker.
Huh? What could Kiki-san possibly be saying? I mean, the left one is...
Ooh, what makes you so certain that the right one isn't the Joker, K-Chan?
Mion let loose an unexpected question. Everyone else was baffled. I don't know what the card on the right could be, but I know the one on the left is the 7 of clubs.
Then, doesn't that leave the right one as the Joker? One of them has to be the Joker, right?
Yeah, one of those is Joker, right?
Kiki has good intuition. Rika-chan, what do you mean by...
So basically, the 7 of clubs, I discarded that by matching it with Satoko's 7 of spades earlier. Everyone's attention snapped to the discard pile at the same time. The truth of the matter couldn't be discerned from that sloppy pile. So that means Mion pocketed one of the discarded cards, then aligned it over the left card. And that means...
I see, I get it. This left card is being disguised as the 7 clubs, right?
It was the first time since the start of the match that a shadow ran by Mion's expression, and I didn't let that slip by. Then, with a grand flourish, I declared it loudly. The Joker is the left one! It was an intense moment. That 1 second felt like an eternity for everyone there, but breaking that silence, the first one to speak was Mion.
Being the first president of this club, I've been witness to a variety of performances. K-Chan, yours is the best. The best of the best of the best.
That was probably the greatest compliment Mion could give. Mion accepted her defeat, dropping both cards from her hands. My comeback victory! Yes! I actually won? What? Rika-chan placed her hand on my head and began petting it, congratulating me on my victory.
Rika-chan is...
Rina and Satoko gaped at us as if they had seen a ghost. What is it, Rina? It's not as if I cheated or anything, right? This was fair and square.
Rika only bets the one on the head to console them.
Huh? What's the... meaning of... At that moment, Rina let out a small shriek.
Hey, Chico, this was how it was?
You know, K-Chan, I thought you read into it that far.
Everyone froze. No, it was just me.
It was a gamble. If you had just jumped to conclusions like a little brat, then I would have lost.
It was the answer everyone was certain about. Mion picked up the card from the losing end.
K-Chan, you should take pride in this loss.
She turned it around. That was the card that proclaimed the victor of this duel. The card under it was the 7 clubs. Unbelievable. It was the 2 of diamonds. It was a setup behind the setup. If I just picked the right one without reading so deeply into it.
I, Mion Sonozaki, as the club president, do accept Keiki Maibar's membership into our club.
As I slumped to my knees dazed, everyone let out a round of applause for the excellent effort I gave despite my defeat.
The match is now over. Today's victor is me, Mion Sonozaki. And our exalted loser is Keiichi Maibara.
To be honest, I kinda saw that coming. I mean, come on. Come on. We were in last place. There's no way we would win. I mean, seriously. It's not that it wouldn't happen. It's that despite us being the main character, this wasn't a life or death situation. So we wouldn't possibly win. But, anyway, you guys owe me your souls. I'll see you in the next part and keep crying. Until then, keep crying for them, Higurashi, and Reaper out.